Hello and welcome to another video. This is going to be a very short mini adventure, as I call them, just a single night. We in England have been locked down for as much as anyone else really, but we've got us a few freedoms coming up as of midnight tonight, which is that we can go and camp. There's some other things like pubs are going to open, so being Brits, that's gone down really well. I live near a pub, so I'm just waiting to see what comes of that. But anyway, tonight I'm going to go out and do a bit of a camp. So for the future, I've got two big rides planned into Wales, one 2-night and one 4 or 5 night through Wales, which will all be wild camping, I really hope. And I've done a lot of planning for those now. They're pretty much planned down to all the detail I want to go to, but tonight is just a quick check of my kit. I'm not taking all the gear, so I'm going quite light, just to get out and get away. My snag is that the rain's coming in. The rain's going to hit about 3 or 4 o'clock. I was going to set off at 3 or 4 o'clock, so I don't want to ride all the way in the rain, so I'm going to set off a little bit early, which means I get there, get the tarp up, sit and watch a film, put my feet up, get some food on, have a beer, and relax for the night and spend a night in the hammock, which I'm going to show you, which will be my first time bikepacking with it. It's quite a heavy hammock system. I've got no underquilt, so I'm only really good down to, I think, about 12 degrees. So I should be okay. It's going to be 15 degrees tonight, so that should be okay. Taking my lightest sleeping bag, which is good down to a comfort rating of about 9 degrees. So all should be good, and I got some thermals and other stuff as well, so should be okay. But hammock camping, this is the first time that I've done it with a bike. I've slept in this hammock probably 4 nights now, twice out in the woods with a friend's woods, and twice in the garden with my little one. So this is quite a heavy system. It's got a built-in tarp with it. I'm taking an additional tarp as well to give me a bit more space. And the hammock's also got a built-in bug net. I'm also getting a second hammock as a sort of a family hammock, which has got nothing. It literally is just the hammock, which is much lighter. So that will be a lightweight option if I ever need it. Anyway, I'll show you the kit then very quickly. The place I'm going is a place called Stourhead. It's a big, I would say, country park. It's not. It's open to the public as well. So there is a country house and really nice walks, and there's loads of classic pictures taken from there. Gorgeous place. But the surrounding area is just open for people to go walking. So I want to find somewhere very discreet. I am not going to leave a mess. Right. So here's the gear. It's a new camera. I'm going to do my best with it. I've also got an external mic setup, so I don't know how that's going to go. It's becoming a bit more hassle than it's probably worth, if I'm really honest. But anyway, I'm going to try to use that. Right, I'll show you my kit quite quickly. Okay, I'll start over on the left-hand side. So, of course, some sweet stuff. Just get, dates and apricots, amazing things, but stand by for the sugar rush and the energy plummet. Some food, some pasta, adventure food. I think this is the back of it. It's a curry or something. A couple of little coffees in there. There, sorted. I always take now a plastic bag for the waste and rubbish, so I can take all my rubbish and any other rubbish that I found at the site away with me. Always keep a set of dry, warm stuff for the evening. So, set of socks, merino wool, top, and some long johns if I really need it. Wet lube, I think I'm going to need some of that today. Head torch, great thing about head torch if you're wild camping is this one has got a red light on it. Low power red light. Spare batteries for that. I've got this Fenix, I think it's called an LD12. I like it, but it's got a very long battery life on a low power setting. It's also got high power, but that just hangs up inside my tarp, which I'll show you when I'm out there. 10 litre bag, so chuck my beers in that. So I generally carry food on my back, grab the food just before I get to my location, chuck it in one of these things, which are amazing. I've got a 20 litre version as well. Get it there, and then all your rubbish goes in there as well, ready for you to dump when you find a suitable place. Hand warmer, I had one of these that was about 20 years old that I tried a couple of days ago. Amazing, it actually still worked. Anyway, I've got some more recent ones. So I take those, chuck them down the bottom of the sleeping bag if it gets dodgy at night. These lights blow up, solar, brilliant. They get you all night with plenty of light. I put one of these in my son's little tent, and he was more than happy. Really good. I got two of these. I think they're called Lucy lights or something like that, but it's a very similar thing. Toiletries, I could lighten this up considerably. All I actually need is toothpaste and something to wash my face with at night and in the morning. But I've got medical kit and all sorts of stuff in there. I'm not going to go through all of that. Windbreak, in case I need that. Battery, so 10,000 milliamp hour just to charge everything up. Which will easily be enough. A load of camera gear, which I won't bother going into. A couple of beers, obviously. Cook set, which is the one I've used before. It can do wood or alcohol burn. I've got probably about 4 ounces there. Another, I don't know, 2 ounces inside. And there's my little fold away mug. Anyway, so that's my cook set for the food tonight. My little mascot. He's been all over the place, including France. Waterproof, definitely going to need this. Really good. I took this one to France, got it for France. It's heavier and bulkier than I was expecting, but a really breathable, amazing bit of kit. It's my favourite waterproof I've ever had. A down jacket, puffed up, quite a little bit bulky, but very warm for what it is. Extra toilet roll. Right, silk liner. So the sleeping bag I've got is a Sea to Summit Spark 1, which I've slept in a whole load of places, including Wales when it was freezing cold outside in a bothy. Done that a couple of times. This thing is really light. It's got a comfort rating down to 9 degrees. It's going to be about 15 tonight, so this should be fine. I've slept with it out in 6 degrees and it was starting to get cold. It says the limit is 4. I'd kind of agree with it, and that's all centigrade. I've also got a Sea to Summit Spark SP3, which is obviously bigger and a bit heavier. But tonight I think I'm going to be, which takes me down to -4, but I think this one will be absolutely fine tonight. A hat, woolly hat at night. Yeah, a towel. Yeah, you get these anywhere. It's a Mountain Warehouse. Mountain Warehouse. Come on, focus. This new camera. He's not very good at focusing. There we go. Right, so tarp. Now, I don't actually need this, but I want a bit of space when I get there today. So this is Escape 5D tarp. It is Sea to Summit again. There we go, Sea to Summit. It's about, yeah, it's a 2x2.6, so relatively big. I've got a bigger tarp if needed, but this is fine. And a ridge line to put up. Now this is great because I can get to the location, I can get the ridge line up and get the tarp out, and then I can set my gear up underneath in the dry, even if it's raining. Spoken about sleeping bag, not going to take that. And this is the main part of the day. It's a Hennessy hammock. It is an Explorer XL. Asymmetric zip, the asymmetric because it's designed to sleep asymmetrically, which is how you want to sleep in a hammock, so that you can keep as flat as possible. It's got a zip on it. It's got a bug net, so in here you've got the main hammock there. You've then got a bug net that goes over that is all built into it, and then over the top of that it's got its own tarp. What you do when you buy it, you set it all up as per the instructions, and then I also bought something called snake skins. I've changed my mounting system for the straps. It is a bit of an art getting these things up and down, but this thing I can get up now in under 2 minutes easily, and I've got a waterproof shelter ready to go. However, it is 1.15 kilograms, so it's pretty heavy. Now hammocks are okay down to, I'm guessing it's going to be around 10 or 12 degrees centigrade, but when it gets cold, so I tried it out in the garden here, down to 6 degrees centigrade, and I had to have what's called an underquilt. So it's a quilt which goes underneath here and attaches, and it stops the cold air being pulled away from under, because it gets very cold underneath if you don't have this thing. And that will get you down to about -5 degrees if you've got a good underquilt. The trouble is, an underquilt is the same size as this. Not as heavy, but the same size. So if you're bike packing, it's really not an option. So I'd say that hammocks are a good summer option for bike packing. This one is quite bulky, so I do have another one, which is just the hammock. So there's no bug net and there's no tarp. I've got another one coming, which is about 500 grams. And I've got that really as a family thing, as a chair. You know, you string it up and just sit in it as a chair. It's a double sized one. I'd always get the larger ones, and for hammocks always tend to go for 11 foot. If you can get an 11-foot hammock, that's what you want. There are a lot of 9-footers out there, but they're just not going to give you the comfort that you need. So there we go. That's the plan, is to try that today. Well, did I say that was going to be lightweight? No. The front roll bag, that didn't happen. Hammock didn't go into the front roll bag. I would have to take everything out. Couldn't be bothered. Chucked it all in a rucksack. That is not bike packing as I want to do it, but that's what I'm going to get for now. I've got to get a wheel on. These fidlock, I've just got them onto there. Now, I didn't like the fidlock personally in there because I found them fiddly. There we go, that's on. But they're a quick and easy way to get some extra water on. But there we go. I'm surprised at how much that actually all took up. First time this bike has been set up. Interesting how the Apogera bags there are sat a little bit higher up. Possibly because the saddle's higher. It shouldn't be any higher. It should be the same height as my other one. But with the other bike, I never had a gap there. It's always had a rubbing on that. But there we go. This bag's taken a little bit of wear and tear recently, but we're good to go. There we go. Off at last. With what is a surprisingly heavy bike. So I reckon it's about 15 kilograms. 14 kilograms, something like that, which is pretty heavy, but I got a lot of electrical gear, camera gear, tripod. Oh, I forgot, there's one tripod I've forgotten, and so on. So I'm not surprised, but yeah, I'm really hacked off about not being able to use the bar bag. I just didn't have time to fit everything in. I could have swapped some stuff around and got the hammock in the saddle bag. Never mind. I'm on my way. I don't like rucksacks. I do like rucksacks. They're all right, but only for short distances, really, because they're so convenient. They're actually quite handy. But they just add more weight onto your contact points. So I got more weight on my arms and so on. But yeah, 40 miles outbound. That's fine. Shouldn't have brought so many beers. Well, is it okay to come by? Cheers.
Thank you.
Thanks. Right, quick review of those Revel 8 bags, which I've used quite a lot now. So the feeder bags are a real crucial part of bike packing to get a good set. Now, I did have Apogera before, the normal length and the extended length, and the snag with those was, number one, they were difficult to get things in and out because the toggle was, you couldn't do it one-handed, and the other issue is that they've got no netting, or they had. This wind's picking up. They had no netting. I don't know if they put some netting on some of their newer stuff, because I've seen some pictures of Apogera feed bag with some sort of pockets on the side. So I'm not sure if that person put those on themselves, but the ones I've got haven't got any pockets. Yeah, another thing I really like about them is getting in or out with one hand. Now, the Apogera bags just had a toggle. You have to squeeze and pull back, and to do it up you have to almost hold the string and push the toggle against it. It's quite difficult with one hand, whereas these Revel 8 bags are to do it up. Let me get this right. I simply pull that one, so pull this one here, and to undo I dropped that down and I got it open. So if you can remember which one it is, they're yeah, they're really good bags. They are definitely waterproof. That's 3 pockets on them. Well, they're waterproof, but they do have, you see they've got a little hole in there. But I haven't had any problems with that. Anyway. It's turning into a bit of a race between myself and the weather. It's about 15 miles behind me and it's catching me quite quick now. So I gotta keep trying to get there. If I can get my tarp up before the rain gets in, I'm laughing. But my snag is, not only have I got to get there, but I've got to find a good location, which I haven't got yet. I've got loads of options there. The good thing about a hammock is it can pretty much sleep anywhere in the UK. There's trees everywhere. I mean, all in there. If I really had to, you don't need to find level ground. It's always concealed. Hammocks are a really good bike packing option. Now, when I went to Wales last, I had to look for a flat location. But to be honest, with a hammock, there's loads of ideas. There we go. Another bit of kit review. Now, normally I'm cycling in a normal cycling jersey with pockets at the back, but this time, because I'm taking my time and I'm bike packing, I'm not racing, I'm not after marginal gains, I've got a quite very airy merino wool top, which is really light, I have to say, so comfortable. And what I've got under that is a base layer, one of those summer base layers, a bit like a string vest in England in the wartime. People used to wear these string vests. I think my dad has still got the same one he had 50 years ago. So I've got one of those on to wick away the sweat, and then one of these merino wools on top, because as you've probably read, but wool doesn't smell like synthetics, and particularly merino wool. Don't know why, but it definitely works. But yeah, so this is the first time I've decided to cycle with something like this. So I bought 2, but they only had 1 in stock. But I'm gonna get another. However, my only complaint is there are no pockets at the back. But you could argue that if you're bike packing, you got stuff everywhere, and you got space for kit everywhere. But I do like, you know, it'd just be nice to have a big zip pocket at the back. Anyway, it's now 3 o'clock. The weather is due in an hour. I've got an hour's worth of cycling, and I've got to find a place when I get there, so I think I'm going to get there in the rain. Ooh. Right, 5 miles until campsite option 1, but I can see the rain. Looking back, I can just see lots of dark clouds, and there's one big one with rain on it and my name on it. Bugger. Oh, here we go. This is where I'll stay tonight. You're back. I thought you're broken. GoPros have this habit of press the button and they just don't come on. Pull the battery up, put it back in, and you're off again. Right, 3 miles, no, 2.8 miles into the woods. I can see the woods. I can sense the rain, but not here yet, so I might even make it. And then I've got what is about 10 miles of forest tracks, trails, and to find an option for the night. Right. I don't know if this is private. It said private drive, but then it said no unauthorised vehicles, cars, past this point. Any use of vehicles or motorcycles without authority or express prior permission will be considered an act of trespass. Okay, well, I don't think this is a vehicle, is it? So, I'll crack on. Sign back there saying
Stourhead estate now, so horse and cycle riding by permit only. Maybe I should get off and walk. No chance. Hey, I'm sticking to the track, there's no one else here. I'm going nice and slow. I'm just going through to get out. Now I know what the rules are. Yeah. First spot of rain, 4:10. So it wasn't too far off. Now the one thing I've messed up on is my clothing, because what I should have are some longer sort of compression trouser things I've got. Because this is tick season, as my missus found out. So I'm gonna have to be careful where I go. But yeah, I can just sense, I can feel the rain now just starting to drop on. So I need to find somewhere fairly quick, because it's going to take me 5-10 minutes to get my tarp up. Yeah, somewhere that's suitably out of the way. I'm not going to annoy anyone. Right, so I followed those mountain bikers and now I'm completely off my plan. And I still haven't looked at when this rain's coming in. I can still feel little bits of it every now and then. Really don't think I've got long. That's an option. Right, I'm gonna mark that location. If I did it, I'd have to go right down, but it looks like I can just keep on going in. Yeah, so I think I've got a bit of time. Quick check on my phone. Okay, the blue dot is me. So that's it, I got to hunker down. PDQ, because it's any second now it's gonna chuck it down. I've got to get in. I'll go up here for 2 minutes and I'll come back in bit for this. It's not ideal. Only I'd have had another half hour. What was that other place like? I think I found it. The ground is great. Not going to get any ticks. Not going to get too wet. Got good cover. I've got to check. Putting a hammock up, we always got to check. Look up so you can see any dead wood, any trees that don't look healthy. But what I've learned is always do a recce of the area. I know this pretty well, but I think there's even better spot in there, which really will be tucked away. Yeah, this is ideal. There's a couple of bad trees in here, so I'll keep away from them. It's nice and secluded. Always check your gear before you go out. So I don't have my pegs, and they're not a problem because I've got sticks. Plenty of sticks. I don't have my pegs, and I don't have my tree straps. So at the moment, I've just got the main cord going around the trees. Just makes it. I'm not very good at knots, so I'm probably going to end up on the floor. But yeah, there we go. So I'm in a new location now because the last one was compromised. This is far more secluded. I think I'm okay now. So The rain is coming down. I was going to get the other tarp up, but I don't think I'll bother now. This actually is giving me enough shelter to be able to move around with this on. I have some scran and have some beers and chill out. There's a nice bit of wood back there with some shelter, which I may just sit on and relax, lie down, maybe watch a film, charge my stuff, and reflect on my cock-ups. Got my sleeping bag, got my down jacket, which is my pillow, got these little things up here which hang, I can put stuff in. I've got my little light up there ready to go, got my helmet at this end on little hangers, on a little hanger there, set ready, got my bag hanging up outside. That's it, I think I'm set for the night. My only worry is too much water getting in here and then filling this up and causing me a problem, so I may just drop these tonight when I go to sleep. Drop them down there, put a stake in the ground. So the rain is now really starting to come down. I wouldn't want to be outside without some cover. There you go, get some food on in a second. Do you like my long johns? I should have brought some proper bottoms. I normally bring. I've got these sort of compression trouser things. They're great because they do the job that this is doing in terms of stopping any little critters running up my legs. But they're a little bit less granddaddy. Anyway, water's on. 450 mils. For my adventure food. I might have a pasta after that as well. I'll have a cappuccino. I'm getting through the beer slowly. I'm just sat here under my setup. It is chucking down. Absolutely, I can just hear it out there. Lots of cars. You can hear the cars all leaving the car park. I'm just hoping that no one's around, but I'm in a pretty good spot here. The nearest trail is over there, but I'm really concealed here, so I think I'm going to be absolutely sweet. Just keeping discreet and just enjoying, chilling out. I mean, it's still daylight over there, but just chilling out and relaxing. I love it. I love being out here. Absolutely love it, and it just adds to the cycling. I love the cycling. I love exploring and seeing new places. And this just adds another dimension to it for me. Oh, that's going well. This just adds another dimension, and I can enjoy just having a little bit of me time away. And I really want to do this with my youngest son. My elder son's not interested in that now. It's all about computers and IT. Yeah, I didn't win that one, but my youngest one I think is really into this sort of thing. So fingers crossed. I'm not sure his mum is though. So that was a cold night's sleep. So the experiment of can you have an underquilt, do you have to have an underquilt on one of these things, is yeah, you've got to have something.
So this is my first night without an underquilt, and it was just too cold. So I was lovely and warm in this sleeping bag, but it was so much cold I was losing through my butt and through my shoulders that were touching, that I was lying on my down jacket. I stuffed that under me, but I got so cold in the end that I had to put a down jacket on. Ugh. And so my butt was just very cold. So my only option when I take this into Wales is either I take it with a down jacket, or I'm going to have to take my thermarest and chuck that in here and sleep on top of that, which I don't want to do. I'd rather take the down jacket. Not a lot of sleep. I'd rather take the underquilt, but I don't reckon that's an option. It's too bulky. I woke myself up. I swear I must have been snoring probably about 4 times. I woke myself up. I thought I'd heard a noise under me, but it must have been me. Because I couldn't sleep on my side because I had my down jacket under me. As soon as I rolled onto my side, I lost all the benefit. I ended up having to put it on in the end because I started shivering. I'd lost so much body temperature that I had to get this thermal jacket on. Yeah, and then I had a kind of a hallucination where I swear I saw lights and it's like a load of kids having a party. I don't think it happened, but yeah, there you go. It's still raining. It's been pouring all night, absolutely chucking it down. But it's calmed down a bit now, but yeah, a lot of rain. Okay, just checked on the temperature, and yeah, I went down to 14 degrees last night.
Right, well, 30 miles home. It's not too bad. I cut onto the road here, down, back onto some tracks and trails. And home, so the forecast was fog, and that's what we got here. Lots of fog, lots of water. See that place, but it's called the Convent. It's right in the middle of these woods. It's got no electricity. All they've got is water from a spring. It's an old Gothic building, and 18th century, and there's a woman who used to live in it a long time ago who used to give favours to passing travellers, passing men. And it recently sold for £850,000. But it's a beautiful spot, little thatched place, gorgeous inside. But what a location. Next review is of the new Apogera top tube bag, which is the Apogera do 2, in fact 3 types now. One is the, I think it's called Backcountry, which is water resistant, not really waterproof, quite durable though. Then they've got the Expedition, I think, and that is Very waterproof, 100% waterproof, it's brilliant. That's what most of my stuff is. And then they've got, I think now they've got a race setup, and I've got the front bag for the race setup. Anyway, this top tube bag, I'll show you now. Right, so there's a top tube bag. Now, very similar to the one I've got, so I've got the backcountry one as well, which has a normal zip, and this one has got sort of a rubberized system, which is really good. It's very simple to use, doesn't catch, better than a zip, much better than the zip. I really like it. The bag itself is pretty good. The only thing I would say is that the bag is very narrow compared to the other one. Now I guess that's because some people don't like climbing and having their knees knocking on the bag, so that's possibly the reason for it being so narrow, but it means you can't really get much in it. And still, why can't they put little elasticated netting on the side? God, get with the program. Yeah, I don't know. If it had the netting, it would be a top bag. You got little babies. Hello. Wake up, sleepyhead. These are Britain's gravel roads, our lane network. We've got more road network, if you include these lanes, than Russia in the UK. That's crazy. We've got so many of these little lanes all over the place. Ooh, this looks a big posh house. Yeah, quick review of these shoes I've got. So these are my SPDs here. They are North Wave Spider Plus. They've got a hell of a grip on the bottom. They're basically trail running shoes, effectively, that have been converted into cycling shoes, made a bit stiffer. The thing I love about them is that when you're walking in them, the metal on of the cleat doesn't catch on the tarmac, so you truly can walk on them without making noise. So my other mountain bike shoes are really the cycling shoes with a mountain bike cleat on the bottom. They're no different. Now the only snag with these is, and this is what I would get if I was doing summertime bike packing where there's a good chance of walking, because they've got lots of good grip. They're very nice to walk in. They take a little bit, they're not as easy to clip on, I'll be honest. And the other downside is you can't get an overboot on them. They're just too wide at the bottom to get an overboot. So they really are not for winter. So I was thinking I'd buy them and then I'd use them during the winter as well, but it's just not an option because I can't put an overboot on. But for a summer boot, they're fantastic. Yeah, so they're really good shoes. I'm really impressed with them. However, you won't be impressed with my socks. So I've got red on the right foot and green on the left foot. Now, if you know what I do, that is not cool. No, it's not a drug cartel going on here like I thought yesterday. It's just a load of fence posts. There's loads of wood and built into fence posts and little platform and things like that, but no drug cartel here. Right, I'm in Wincanton. I could really do with a McDonald's. No golden arches, and KFC doesn't open till 11. Threaders. Okay, quick review on these pedals. So they are Shimano. These are XT, Dior XT. But what you get extra is this bolted on. This extra flat area. Now, so it's basically a mountain bike, a Shimano mountain bike pedal. Now my other bike, I've got an XTR on it, and it's great and yippee. But actually I prefer these with that extra space, because when your mountain bike cleats get all gunked up and you just can't get your foot in there, the last thing you need if you're trying on a climb is a wet foot, mud, grit, can't clip in, your foot is slipping, you're on a slope. But this, I had some problems clipping in today. They're a little bit tight, I think, but I've had some mud in there, so I had to go through some mud. Couldn't get back on. However, because I've got quite a big surface area there, actually I wasn't slipping off. It felt fairly safe. You know, I could get my speed up and then try clipping in a bit further down. But so I think they're a really nice idea. So McDonald's closed as well. Not good. And there's nothing between here and home, so I got 15 miles to go home. So I've just sent the missus a message to say, do we have any bacon? Because I need something like that. I'm noodling along all the way home, really not getting motivated. Okay, there we go, end of the video. So overall, great success. I realised that the hammock that I weighed at 1.15 kilograms was without the straps and without the rings. It's going to be about 1.5 kilograms. That's quite heavy really for a sleep setup, and even then it can't even deal with, what was it, 14 degrees or whatever. So it is a summer out in France or something like that, no wind, you maybe get away with it, or just take a thicker sleeping bag, or take a blow up mat as well. You're getting into quite a lot of weight then. So hammocks, amazingly comfortable, really simple to set up. In the UK, loads of places you can use them. They've definitely got the limitations. But anyway, 3 miles left. I damn well better have a bacon butty when I get in that door.